own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution.
Nithyananda. Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we will be entering into a segment where we will understand the persecution against Hindus and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. As many of you may have already heard, that the UN has recognized the persecution of Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And this was due to the tireless hard work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to bring to light the ongoing persecution of Hindus worldwide and the relentless abuse and attacks that Hindus have been facing over the past 1,000 years after so much of tireless hard work. Now, the UN and the world has recognized the ongoing persecution on Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So we will begin and understand what has been happening throughout our history, our Hindu history. We can go to the next slide, please. Speaking of next. So as many of you may know, Kailasa is the largest Hindu library, and eons ago, Paramashiva revealed in the Vedagamas to reveal the Vedagamas to Devi and establish the enlightenment ecosystem. The civilization embodied the best of the best in every field: medicine, art, science, social, judicial, administrative, and political systems. The civilization of its zenith spanned over 10,000 sampradayas. Paramashiva and Parashakti herself manifest as Matrika letters in scripture. And here is the Pramana for Adishaiva Guru Parampara. And the translation goes, the supreme discipline of Adishaiva tradition has been coming down through the continuous lineage of Guru disciple, the Adishaiva Guru Parampara, from time immemorial. And this has been the transmitted knowledge has been given to Devi, Nandi, and the Saptarishis. All the rishis went all around the world, started several enlightenment ecosystems, and Sri Kailasa to transmit the super science of Paramashivoham. And over a period of time, thousands of ecosystems started all over the planet. Several spiritual kingdoms and Samrajya were also created. A civilization is made up of its gods, scriptures, rituals, and tenets that are lived. These aspects provide the Vatavarna, the environment where human beings flourish, in whichever dimension of life they are passionate about. And Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the oldest living civilization on planet Earth. This glorious civilization had about 100 million source books. One source book is sufficient for a religion to emerge, creating a Vatavarna where every human being flourishes and experiences the ultimate state of supreme self. And here you can see the tree of source scriptures where They had spiritual legitimacy, cultural legitimacy, the political legitimacy, historical legitimacy, economic legitimacy, social legitimacy, and religious legitimacy. And this is what kept the source scriptures alive for so many years. And here you can see the breakdown of the scriptures and how they were divided. And the vastness of the Hindu scriptures is something unheard of in any other religion, with over 10, the Vedas themselves have over 10,000 verses. And in the Agamas, there are 28 main Agamas and 202 Upagamas. The Kamika Agama alone has 100 crores of crores, and there are thousands and billions of crores of verses in each of these agamas, and many other agamas and upagamas with millions of verses. There are 18 major Puranas and 18 Upapuranas and other Puranas, and more than 4 lakh verses in the major Puranas. So you can see that the Hindu scriptures are vast and have enormous amounts of knowledge to be gained from them. And here you can see the pramana for the Veda Agamas from Paramashivoham. And we can move to the translation, please. So from the Supreme Person, breath came from the Vedas, the pure knowledge, the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, the Sama Veda, the Athar Veda, the Puranas, the cosmic histories, the Upanishads, the verses and the sutras, and all the other anubakas, commentaries. The word itihasa refers to the Ramayana and Mahabharata and other similar works. The Upanishads refer to the source revelations experienced just by sitting, and the shloka verses refer to the collection of verses in meters, such as Anushtup, composed by enlightened sages and rishis. And sutras refer to the concise statement which explains the meaning of the Vedas, written by major teachers. The Anubakas refer to the commentaries on the sutras written by the great teachers, and all of these are called Amanya. The primary meaning of Amanya is in Vedas. So what happened to these great Hindu scriptures, and why are we not able to access all of these enormous scriptures that we've had? Now, only 20% of the Vedic Hindu scriptures remain on this planet. Despite having millions and millions of verses, only 20% are available for humanity. So almost 100% of Hindu universities were destroyed. And the 8 major libraries, including Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramashila, with millions of books, were destroyed. And there are more than 2 million temples in India, but not with any libraries. And thousands of libraries were destroyed or poorly maintained, and major collections of manuscripts were in the hands of Oriental institutes or institutes funded by foreign countries, with millions of scriptures stolen by invaders. And 7 genocides of the Kashmir Pandits. So selective, brutal destruction of knowledge communities was executed by many anti-Hindu and colonial and invaders. And 7 genocides of Kashmir Pandits, from 3 to 6 lakhs, were brutally kicked out. And the genocide of Shivacharyas in Tamil Nadu under the atheistic government, and the destruction of the Hindu universities and libraries, and the world's largest Tamil Hindu library, the Jaffna Library, public library, was also burnt, which was in Sri Lanka. And 13,000 universities across Bharat and 100,000 gurukuls were destroyed in Bengal and Bihar. Sorry, 1 million gurukuls were destroyed in Bengal and Bihar. And Nalanda University, which had 9 million books, were burnt by the Islamic invaders invader Khilji. And here you can see the photos of Nalanda University. And India has more than 2 million temples, but very, very few libraries. And the libraries are the center for scriptural studies, the Vedagamas, and should be constructed to all, here's the pramana for this, in all the 4 main directions of the temple, in the corner directions of the temple, in its inner enclosure, or in the location recommended for the installation of the images of the Shaiva devotees. And here you can see photos of various mutt libraries and different Hindu libraries, and how poorly these libraries, the scriptures, the palm leaves have been maintained, and how they've been destroyed and been subject to corrosion. And here you can see another pramana for the Yoga Nashta Parantapa. So the supreme science was thus received through the succession, and the saintly king understood it in that way. In the course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it was appears to have been lost. And over the period of time, with increasing consumerism, these life positive values diminished in all cultures. Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library, as we stated earlier, is the world's largest collection on Hinduism. And as Swamiji always says, books and deities made Nithyananda. We can watch a short video where Swamiji speaks about the library.
One great thing in the modern day, information age, internet age, human beings can't be manipulated anymore by a small gang of people, by keeping the mass media cult under them. No, world cannot be controlled anymore by mass media cult or entertainment industry cult. And world cannot be controlled anymore by missionary militants and militant missionaries. The next generation, the modern day youth has started questioning the utility value of everything. And I tell you, Hindu tradition is the best designed, developed tradition just to contribute. Hindu knowledge is amazingly contributing. I can very boldly tell you with all joy and pride, Hindu scriptures are the most unadulterated, as maintained, as purely as it was uttered, revealed in the beginning. The Vedas are as it is from the time Paramashiva breathed it to Parashakti to Vishnu to Brahma and the Guru Parampara. Narayanam Batma Bhavam Vasishtam Shaktinja Tatputra Parasharanja Yasam Sugam Gauda Padam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Sishyam Srishankaracharya Matasya Vatma Padanja Asta Malaganja Sishyam Tamtroda Ganmartika Karamanya. The whole Guru Parampara, unadulterated, I tell you. History, geography, astrology, astronomy, cosmology, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, mysticism, religion, economy, in every field, administration, social justice, law and order, in every field, the field of education itself, spirituality, superconscious mind, power manifest in every level. Nothing compared to the extreme life positive knowledge source of Hinduism. This is the most non-violent, life positive knowledge tradition in every field. Unimaginable knowledge source is lying in the 2,20 million source books of Hinduism. Around 10,000 traditions are still alive. I am not talking about what we lost, what we still have, kept it alive, at least in the museums, which I can revive. I can add flesh and bones to this whole scriptures and make it living, alive lifestyle. I want all Hindus to start becoming real Hindus, non-violent, extremely life positive and contributing. This is what is the core identity of Hinduism. Let's start living the core narrative of Hinduism. That's the best strategy to stop the Hindu Holocaust. I tell you, Hindus have a great future. I want all the Hindus who are interested and listening to me, all of you, please wake up and start contributing more and more and build contributing lifestyle. That's the best way to stop the Hindu Holocaust. At least 10% of the Hindus should become Brahmana by Varna. Only then we can collect all these books and store it properly, make digital and physical libraries and practice those knowledge, build laboratories and teach this knowledge to the whole world. This is what is my life's mission. Of course, translation, making it searchable, making it user-friendly, indexing, all this work put together. That is the purpose for which I started this Nithyananda Hindu Library. I will establish the most authentic, world's largest physical and virtual library and Hindu university. Hindu literatures are made illegitimate, stolen. Many concepts and principles and ideas are stolen. And Hindus are made to feel that literatures are all just mythology and faltu and just somebody's fantasy. I will make sure enough scientific researches are done, proper documentations are done, analysis are done. Not only I will collect, compile, organize the world's largest Hindu knowledge resource library, I will make all of it user friendly for the whole world by making virtual Hindu library available for the world. I am very clear. I am going to collect everything related to Hinduism. The source scriptures, various commentaries and translations, good or bad. Some translations are true to the 1% true, some are 70% true, some are absolutely distorted. But I am going to collect everything, organize, index. My initial level plan is 10,000 students will be able to reside and study. 2 crore means 20 million Hindu scriptures and largest virtual library, very organized and made user friendly. Collecting all the 2 crore, 20 million source books, organizing, indexing, then translating, making it user friendly, making library, physical library and making digital library, then studying it, researching it, making laboratories. For example, the Hindu battery, which can be charged, recharged by consciousness, does not need any other chemical from outside. The Hindu aircraft, which can fly through the conscious sound technology, the consciousness-based light technology, sound technology, consciousness-based biology, consciousness-based biology-based technology. When consciousness starts growing in your biology becomes totally different, and that biology can be used to fly, empower, energize multiple machineries in Hindu tradition. Collecting this 2 crore, 20 million scriptures, organizing, indexing, translating, building laboratories, not just libraries, laboratories, universities, where we conduct clinical trials, medical trials, scientific researches. Everything gets organized, made user-friendly for the humanity and shared with the humanity free of cost. I invite people from all over the world to share your time, treasure, talent. I invite all the practicing Hindus, living, practicing Hindus and Hindu sympathizers, 200 crore, 2 billion population. At least 10% of you, 2 crore, please come and become Brahmanas by Varna. Let's take up this project of reviving Hindu knowledge, contributing Hindu knowledge. Jatis belongs to Brahmana or Vaishya or Kshatriya or Shudra does not matter. An Acharya incarnation, Avatara Purusha, as a which Varna you belong to, whether you are Shudra by Jati, Vaishya by Jati, Brahmana by Jati, or Kshatriya by Jati. Don't worry. Decide to change your Varna to Brahmana Varna by taking up this responsibility of Nithyananda Hindu Library. I already started the work. Last 20 years I am doing work in this line. It is time. In next few years, you will see the fruit. This revival of Kailasa, Nithyananda Hindu Library, it starts. It can never end.
Yeah, we can move to the next one. Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library will be the epicenter for all Hindu scriptures, which will locate, acquire, collect, organize, publish, teach, and spread the Shastra. And Sri Kailasa has been embracing and enlivening the true glorious Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Sri Kailasa runs and administers under the cosmic constitution of the scriptural authority and on eternal truth, the Hindu Shastras. And here you can see Pramana from the Bhagavad Gita, which translates as, but he who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his base impulses attains neither perfection nor happiness, nor the supreme destination. So here is a direct pramana on why we should follow the Shastra. The verse goes further on, say, by the regulation of the scriptures, the Shastra Pramana, one should understand what is duty and what is not duty. After being versed in the scriptural injunctions, one should act accordingly. And here is an Apta Pramana, which translates as sacred knowledge in human ultimate beauty, the hidden treasure. Through knowledge, one can enjoy different happiness. But it is the master of all masters. During foreign travel, knowledge is our king. Knowledge is verily the supreme divine. The world's largest collection of Hindu scriptures started with the book, the Atma Purana. The above Atma Purana book was given by Isaki Swamigal to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. This is the first book in his collection for humanity, which has grown in the world to the world's largest collection of online and physical Hindu scriptures. And here you can see the original book of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which was given to him by his guru at a very young age. millions and millions of Hindu scriptures which are available as digitized versions will be downloaded and kept for reference purposes. And people can use those computers and refer. Even though we have digitized versions, we will have hard copies. The traditional Grantha Samadhi will be created and maintained. And this is the vision Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has for Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library. And further, in Vedic times, in anybody has any kind of conflict, problems, questions, they will go to the Namisharanya, where all of the scriptures are stored, and the rishis who have read all the scriptures are available, who will refer immediately to the scriptures and give the answer to them, to the visitors. This project will be revived by the Supreme Pontiff through the SATSANG project. The Agamas should have become the book of Hinduism. I am bold enough to declare for all the lifestyle issues, social issues, how we should conduct ourselves in society in the way of liberated thinking, how we should live, everything. The Agamas should have become the scriptures because no other master has the courage to think or the clarity to think to this depth than Mahadeva. These are the direct words of the Supreme Pontiff. I just feel like I should dedicate my whole life to research, organizing, collecting, living, and spreading, radiating the Agamas, and I have decided to do that. Again, Supreme Pontiff is its own word. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues on. It is my responsibility collecting it from all the corners of the world, wherever it was secretly lying, the original Agamas, the yogic scriptures, and gathering it, revealing it to the whole world, and making it available to the whole world through the internet. And we will offer this to the whole world copyright free. You have a right to copy. I am declaring it as a copyright free. If you are copying, not only you are welcome, you are celebrated. It's our job to build beautiful libraries, the knowledge transferring methodologies and mechanisms. Not only library, but making the library user-friendly, useful for people, where people can really, really get involved. Know more about it, making it more visually presentable. Please understand, human beings have started learning visually now. Almost all learning processes have become visual. Less words and more visual presentation. We should work on creating video encyclopedia of Hinduism. At least 10,000 concepts of Hinduism like birth, life, God, death, karma, listening, internalizing, at least 10,000 concepts of Hinduism. And the spiritual masters, religious leaders, various philosophers should be visually presented with examples like slideshow or animated version and so on. It should be made freely available in the internet, the whole world to receive knowledge about Hinduism. And the true Hindu preachers, activists should be trained through these visual presentations. And the people who live Hinduism authentically should be inspired to live it. And people who are new to Hinduism, we should introduce the Hinduism to them. Each of these palm leaves is a soft power atom bomb. You just throw that one country, throw that on one country, they are there forever with devotion and respect. And out of gratitude, love, respect, surrender, they are there forever because so much is contributed to their life. The goal of Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library is to create the largest repository of Hindu scriptural knowledge in the world. And again, to reiterate, in Swamiji's own words, deities and books made Nithyananda. We are creating and preserving the largest repository of Indian scriptural knowledge in the world for posterity. under one roof, collecting all Hindu scripture books on planet Earth, and creating the world's largest Granth Samadhi, home to living deities of scriptures, transmitting powerful cognitions to humanity, and housing 5 crore books and manuscripts on Hinduism, including 2 crore source books on Hinduism alone. And there will be a state-of-the-art library building over a square feet, using the latest software to automate the library management, and establishing the world's largest digital library of Hinduism books and manuscripts. So this wealth of knowledge can be accessed from any part of the world. And the Grantha Samadhi, this is the most important of all samadhis, which has kept Hinduism alive. All scriptural books, palm leaf documents, which are kept in one room and maintained, is a Grantha Samadhi. The Grantha Samadhi means energy center of spiritual books. In the 28 Agama deities, the 108 Upanishads, the Lord Brahma, the Purana, the Veda Vyasa, and are made of palm leaf, gold leaf, silver leaf, copper leaf, and other metals. And thousands of living deities of various avatars, masters, rishis, saints, honoring their contribution to Hinduism. Research and reference section for 10,000 sampradayas of Sanatana Hindu Dharma will also be a part of this library. And all books will be printed on the non-tearable paper for long-term preservation, and traditional resin grand binding of all books, setting up large-scale digital printing until unit at the library, and total collection of 400,000 digital books will be available. And digitization has already been going on within which allows for preservation and dissemination of knowledge using the latest technology. And all of this is made available to the public for free. And palm leaf print keeps the tradition alive by printing scriptures on palm leaf, the original method of maintaining the scriptures. And the scripture collection, the collection of all in publication books from all around the world, has been maintained within the library. And the Nithyananda Hindu Library has taken on the vast job of organizing the Hindu scriptures, and with a descriptive catalog as per the international standard, and classified the knowledge, the classification of complete scriptures on as per the scripture tree, which is exclusively revealed by the Supreme Pontificate Hinduism as the foremost, most respectable commentator and expert on the Hindu scriptures. This tree has been developed by the Supreme Pontificate Hinduism himself. And the collection of 3 crore books and manuscripts from the digital libraries across the world have been maintained within the library. And we have collected over 100,000 physical books on Hinduism. And this unique collection of research books includes the Vedas, Shaivagamas, Upanishads, and art and architecture, cosmology, tantra. The collection gives base material for research for programs at the Nithyananda Hindu University. And art and architecture books are the base material for the development of the Veda agamic cities and temples. And you can see the vast amount of knowledge, the various subjects and options that people have to study the Hindu scriptures, and the various knowledge provided by Hinduism. We have collected more than 1 million digital books on Hinduism. and the largest collection of Shaiva in the world, largest collection of Kashmir Shaivism in the world, and the collection from various sampradayas and libraries across the world. And the Nithyananda Hindu Library Management System is a detailed structure and classification of the Hindu source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, as ordained by Lord Paramashivoham himself. And Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library has developed the world's first exclusive Hindu library management system based on ancient Vedagamic scriptural classification tree. The classification system has more than 900 subject areas and more than 32 different levels of commentaries. And this was exclusively developed by the Supreme Court himself. And the software development has been the world's first multi-script OCR, which covers Sanskrit search engine and video search engine. And there has been a Sanskrit-based search engine that has been developed with phonetic-based search engine as well, and the Bani grammar using the Bani grammar. The multi-script optical character recognition software has been developed by the Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library, and it makes the digital books in text as searchable, editable, and enhances the in-text search capabilities, and makes easy for further research and compilation work. So this can be accessed by anybody in the world for their personal research or for any kind of research for benefiting humanity. And the first palm leaf collection on the Upanishads. Today, Kailasa Nithyananda Hindu Library is the world's largest knowledge center of Hindu source scriptures and manuscripts and books on Hinduism, and is dedicated to collecting, preserving, and freely sharing the 20 million Hindu texts as foundation for the only Hindu nation. It brings scriptural, cultural, economic legitimacy to the enlightened sciences, rituals, and lifestyle. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has mastered the Vedas and Agamas under one of his gurus, Isaki Swamigal. He has received the title of Brahmasuki through formal initiation from Isaki Swamigal and Mata Vibhadananda Puri. And a palm leaf containing the sacred script source text given by his guru, Isaki Swamigal, is the first palm leaf that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has collected. And here you can see the photos of the text that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's guru has given. And the collection of over 50,000 rare manuscripts. The collection includes the largest collection on the Shaiva Agamas found in Tamil Nadu, the largest collection of Kashmir Shaivism, and the collection from various other libraries out of India. And palm leaf printing has been in full force in the Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library. With India has more than 55 million manuscripts in various libraries. Mutts and in personal collections of various individuals are either getting destroyed or almost inaccessible to Hindu scholars. And almost all the manuscripts are from and here you can see the photos of the damaged manuscripts here in various libraries. And Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library has set up multiple units for the palm leaf printing to keep the knowledge tradition alive and to maintain the original source of these scriptures and the original method of maintaining these scriptures in the palm leaf. Until now, we have printed 108 Upanishads, the various Agamas, the SAMADHI, Lakshmi Deepika, and many more. And various other manuscripts which were endangered have been reprinted after scan. And various mantra diksha cards, invitation cards have been regularly printed for an ongoing program. And currently over 140,000 palm leaves have been in progress to be printed. And here you can see the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism directly printing these and attending to these and directly guiding the disciples to ensure that the integrity of these palm leaves is maintained. And the Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu Library has also taken on the responsibility of the preservation of rare books and manuscripts with physical and chemical treatment to prevent damage of existing manuscripts, and the combination of traditional and modern techniques are used for this conservation, and maintaining the right temperature and furniture to preserve the rare manuscripts. So these are all of the activities going on in the aspect of preservation within the Kailasa's Nithyananda Library. And here are more photos of the disciples of the Supreme Pontificate who have been working on preserving these rare books and manuscripts. So thank you so much for listening to the ongoing persecution and how the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism has taken the responsibility for reviving the scriptures, which were nearly lost, and nearly only 20% of the Hindu scriptures are still available for humanity. And because of the tireless hard work of Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism, we are now able to access these scriptures, and they are being made available. Their knowledge of the Hindu scriptures has been made available for humanity. And so with this, we conclude our session on the persecution and the revival done by the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism. We will be back same time tomorrow to continue on and learn about the persecution of the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism in Kailasa, and how the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism has stood as the only being reviving the sacred Hindu scriptures and the sacred knowledge of Hinduism. Thank you, and do join us back tomorrow. Yeah.